by step, together we'll build our dreams. Heart to heart, together we'll stay as one nation, undivided. Back to back, together we'll brave the heat, the cold, the storms. Hand in hand, together we'll grow this nothing in this world compares. It's our Singaporean life. Everyone in harmony. Nothing in this world.
I think what we wanted to achieve out of this celebration is first to find a good message to all our residents about what National Day would mean to every one of us. We know how successful Singapore has been over the last 52 years. Visitors who come always marvel at our achievements. But what we thought is useful to also bring Singaporeans back to how we all started. And Ubin is a place where many Singaporeans would be able to see what it was like. The kampong houses, the way nature blends itself with the way we live at that time. For us to not just allow the younger generation to see what it was like, but also to provide the senior generation with a nostalgic journey to go back in time, and so that they can also then explain to the younger generation that what it was like then was how we had lived, but after 52 years, it's good for us to reflect on the journey that the earlier generation who have toiled hard to get where we are. It also allows us to get the younger generation to then reflect what it means for me. This was what it was for their generation. Today my generation is facing a different set of challenges. And what are some of the challenges they are facing? First, we are seeing security challenges, terrorism, radicalism and all those that we keep seeing. And we want to also get them to reflect on what it means to be part of a system that you are also equally responsible for the security of the country. And so we want to also celebrate NS50 and recognize NS50 in this occasion, because the prosperity of Singapore after 52 years is not just, it just doesn't happen out of the blue. A lot of people painstakingly put so much effort, including our NS men. So our 50 years of NS has brought this level of security for all of us. It's good for Singaporeans to reflect. For an event like this, I thought it's useful for us to show our appreciation for all our NS men, show that we appreciate all that they have done to give us the Singapore that it is today. And for the younger generation to then say, what is it for me to do with regards to security, with regards to all the other aspects of Singapore's development, what they can do to create Singapore for the next 50 years and beyond. We know that the older generation had their own set of challenges when they started out 52 years ago, and they saw this. The younger generation can see what it was like, the amount of, you don't see modern facilities, you don't see easy clean water made available, electricity is not readily available. But when we go back home, you will see all these new modern facilities. So ask yourselves, right? So what is it that they have done to give us all these things are? So it's a reflection for the whole spectrum of the different generations of Singaporeans, and so that on National Day, we take pride to be Singaporeans. We take pride to see how we have come together all this way. And even during if you look at the different points that they stopped, we had a different narrative. We had a narrative of a kampong house and the way Singaporeans lived at that time. We had a security a station where they showed the riots and what it was like, the challenges that we had. We had a station that showed the infrastructures like housing and how we built the HDB being another institution in Singapore. We had another station that looked at interracial, interreligious harmony, which is another big pillar for all of us to reflect on. So the whole day celebration is really about looking back, reflecting, not just celebration but also asking ourselves what it means to be a Singaporean on this day, and hopefully they will then say, then I have a role to play in making Singapore succeed many years to go, and give the new Singapore to the next generation.
As we celebrate National Day today, let us reflect on what our pioneers have given us, and let us reflect on what we should do to give the next 50 years to the next generation. So thank you so much everyone for being here. Let us all together wish Singapore a very happy birthday and many more years ahead of us. Thank you so much everyone. Have a pleasant day.